Most unbelievable things captured by trail cameras. Is that an alien? Let's get into it.
Aliens have been reported across the world for decades, but these clips are different. Thin bodies,
You're like 20 feet tall.
dark eyes,
Ooh,
and movements no human could replicate.
I bet I can replicate it.
These are some of the clearest alien footage online. So let's begin.
Whoa, there it is.
A night patrol turned strange when a security guard walked near the woods with his dog and filmed something unbelievable behind a wall. A pale figure with a very thin body. It had odd arms and dark almond-shaped eyes. From the camera angle, it strongly resembled the classic alien image people know online. It
Yeah.
was one of those clips that stayed confusing long after it ended there. That night still felt oddly unreal to him much later. Somehow even then,
That's creepy.
backyard
Why he,
creature
why he look
encounter.
wet?
A woman heard odd sounds coming from her backyard, so she stepped outside to check what was causing them that night there. She noticed a petite alien with almond eyes and a strange-shaped head standing beside the fence. It moved on all 4 feet for a moment, then suddenly ran straight into the woods as she kept filming nearby right then. Because it seemed to react to the camera, she felt the sight was harder to explain after the clip ended that night later. Nightfield entity. A group of people in India gathered in a tight circle around a strange creature found there at night. They used their torches to light the field where it lay still on the ground. Its body looked thin and humanoid, with a very creepy face and pitch-dark eyes staring upward. It was for sure an alien. Some nearby kept saying,
Bro, that's the buffest alien I ever seen. That motherfucker shoulders, bro. Or neck or something. Buff as fuck.
it came from a crashed UFO, while others simply watched in silence. No one could believe what they were seeing
that
was
shit?
real. It was just too good to be true. Field bush creature. A security guard patrolling the fields at night noticed movement coming from the bushes in a quiet area. At first, he thought it might be an animal, so he moved closer to check. As he got near, a strange face suddenly appeared in the shadows, just like an alien. It moved slowly between the bushes for a moment, then slipped back into the darkness and vanished completely. The guard carefully searched the area afterward, but there was no sign of anything there anymore. He was left shaken by what he had encountered. Alien forest debate. While hunting, a man came across something strange, deep in the forest, and quickly hid behind the trees. There was a tall, thin figure moving between the branches. Its arms were unusually long, reaching close to the ground, and its appearance looked nothing natural for that environment.
And that's a Slender Man alien, bro. I still dunk on his ass. What you talking about?
The way it stood and shifted felt completely out of place, as if it didn't belong to Earth at all. Later, when the footage spread, people debated what it could be, but nothing matched what was seen there. It strongly pointed toward an alien presence. UFO crash encounter. A man hiking in the middle of a forest recorded something that didn't seem from this world. A supposed UFO that had crashed on the ground between the trees. At first, he wasn't scared, but when he stepped closer, he suddenly came face to face with extraterrestrial beings around the object, as if they were trying to repair the damage caused by the crash. He tried to hide behind a tree, but one of the figures appeared to notice him. In panic, he ran away and almost dropped his camera while escaping through the woods. The footage
I don't know, bro. That video might be capped. I don't know. Snapback. I'm talking about fitted cap.
is said to be from 2003. The clip ends leaving a strange question
Yeah, what
about
it
what
say?
was really happening in that forest that day. Amazon thin entity. A video recorded deep in the Amazon forest showed something unusual between the thick trees. A very thin figure was standing still in the shadows, with a long neck and a face that didn't look normal from a distance. It barely moved, just shifting slightly as the camera tried to focus on it. The dense plants around it blocked parts of its body, making it even harder to see clearly. After a few seconds, the shape slowly faded back into the forest. Mexico alien sighting. An alleged extraterrestrial was caught on camera in Mexico during a nighttime field check. A man was walking through the open area when he noticed an alien ahead in the darkness. It slowly turned its head and seemed to scan the surroundings, almost as if it was checking the area around it. The man kept recording from afar, unsure of what he was actually seeing in that quiet field. Mountain landing event.
The hell?
This clip had people losing their minds the moment it surfaced online. In a deserted area, a saucer-shaped object was seen as if it had just landed there. Then two aliens
I think that video kept, bro.
slowly walked out in front of it toward the camera. Their bodies looked thin, unnatural, and unlike any normal person. The way they moved only made the footage feel even stranger. What made it even wilder was that the video was later removed, which only pushed more rumors across the internet afterward. Field Green Runner.
Whoa, there it is.
From the fields behind his house, a man heard a strange noise and went outside to check where it was coming from. As he looked through the tall grass, he noticed a green-colored creature blending into the background. It stayed visible for a brief moment, before suddenly running back toward the bushes.
Whoa, there it is.
He quickly zoomed in with the camera, trying to get a clearer look before it disappeared. The shape did not resemble any normal animal or person he could recognize.
I can
What
tell
stood
what
out
it is.
most was how easily it matched the grass, then vanished the second it noticed movement nearby. Car hover encounter. This man was driving near a forested area in the evening when he spotted what looked like a massive spaceship hovering right overhead before it suddenly vanished. Shaken, he stopped the car, checked the surroundings, and even called a friend to confirm what he had just witnessed. While they were still trying to make sense of it, movement came from the bushes nearby. A pale, alien figure slowly stepped out and stopped directly in front of him. It stood completely still, staring without fear or reaction, as the moment ended in silence. Forest alien silhouette. While hiking through the woods, a man recorded a strange figure standing between the trees in silence. At first, he believed it was a person, but he quickly hid when it
This cap too, bro. Why would the alien be walking that slow? It could be a reason, but to me, it's cap. Even then, on all the other ones we seen, it was like it was moving fast and shit. This video cap.
began moving oddly. The body looked human-like, yet its long arms and pale frame swayed in a slow, unnatural way. When he zoomed the camera closer, the face looked similar to the usual alien image seen in stories online. It never rushed toward him or made a sound, which somehow made the scene feel even stranger. He left wondering what he had actually seen there. Chicken coop visitors.
¿Hay algo ahí?
Las gallinas están alteradas.
Sí, pero salió algo.
A farmer went out in the evening to
hell?
check on his chickens. When he noticed unusual movement near the coop, from behind a fence, he quietly started recording. In the footage, several pale aliens could be seen near the hen cage, moving slowly in the fading light. They appeared to be holding eggs in their hands, as if taking them directly from inside the coop. Their bodies looked strangely human in shape, but their skin tone and posture felt unnatural. After a short while, they slipped back into the darkness, and the farm became silent again.
¿Qué está cargando? Se llevaron los huevos.
No eran animales.
Hey, that's actually pretty creepy, bro. I can't really call that cap. Fucking arms, like. I don't know.
Crashed craft discovery. Two friends were moving through a forest at night, trying to find their way back after getting lost, when they noticed something they did not expect to see. A strange metallic object lay between the trees, looking as if it had fallen there earlier. Curious and confused, they pointed their torch toward it to see more clearly. As the light moved across the area, something stirred inside the bushes nearby. An alien jumped on them from the bushes without any warning.
Hey man, if you made it this far into the video, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Back into the video.
The men terrified and kept filming as it watched from the darkness. Seconds later, it slipped back into the bushes and vanished. When they ran over to check, the area was completely empty. Where did it go? No one knows. Glowing eyes being A man in Mexico was near his car late at night when he noticed something crouched on top of a wall in front of him. A strange figure that had glowing eyes that reflected directly toward the camera, and its thin, pale body was curled in an unnatural position. It stayed completely still for a moment.
Nah, that's a skinwalker, bro. I don't think that's no alien, bro.
Then, it suddenly ran off and disappeared into the darkness. The man had no explanation for what it was. A cryptid, an alien, or something else entirely. Nobody could confirm what was crouching on that wall that night. Mountain suit figure. A man was hiking high in the mountains while filming the landscape when he noticed something unusual in the distance. A human-like figure, just like an alien, stood on the rocky
Bro, clearly this shit is AI, bro. But
terrain, wearing what looked like a metallic suit. It didn't move, hide,
Metallic.
or turn away. Instead, it stayed completely still, facing directly toward him. As he zoomed in, the figure appeared to blink and kept staring with an unsettling focus. Moments later, it slowly raised its hand and waved, as if it was fully aware of being recorded the entire
shit, cap, bro, cap.
time. There was no doubt it was an alien. Trail camera shadow. A trail camera captured something strange in the darkness deep in the area. In the footage, a pale shape could be seen standing still, almost human-like in form, but unusually thin. It remained in the same position for a long time, with no natural movement that a person would normally show. Later on, another clip appeared showing the same kind of figure, but this time, the footage was much clearer. Its pale body and thin outline were easier to see, and it still looked unusually human-like, yet not fully natural in shape. Because of how similar it looked to the earlier trail camera sighting, people became more uneasy while watching it, unsure what was really standing there in the forest that night. Camping dark figure. A group of friends captured a strange clip while camping during the day in a quiet area. In the distance, a dark figure could be seen moving between the open space. Its body looked very thin and human-like as it slowly walked forward without any clear direction. After a while, it suddenly paused and turned its head back, almost like it was checking its surroundings. Because of its shape and behavior, the group found it hard to explain what they had just recorded in that area, believing it was an alien. Silent forest entity.
Hey, I can't tell if that's fake or not. Yeah. Oh no. I ain't gonna say it's cap right now, bro. I ain't gonna say it's cap.
Two friends were out in the forest when they suddenly noticed something strange between the trees. A pale figure was standing completely straight, not making any movement at all. Its shape looked off, not fully human, which made them stop and watch from a distance. The longer they looked, the more unnatural it seemed in that quiet place. It stayed frozen like it was aware of them, but choosing not to react. They later wondered what it could have been, a cryptid or an alien. Mountain door incident. This clip literally shocked everyone when it surfaced online. In the middle of the mountains, there was a strange door-like structure built into the rock, with a dark opening that looked completely out of place. After a few seconds, the opening seemed to shift, and something slowly stepped out from inside it. The figure didn't look human at all, and moved in a very odd, controlled way. It paused, then started walking up the mountain slope like it already knew where to go. There were no signs of people or any setup around the area, just silence and open rock. Forest fade figure. A family went on vacation and stayed in a house surrounded by mountains. While recording the view outside, they pointed the camera toward the trees in the distance. At first, everything looked normal, just a quiet forest scene. Then, a dark humanoid figure became visible, standing between the trees, completely still. When they tried to zoom in for a clearer look, the figure stayed in place for a few seconds, almost watching the area. Moments later, it suddenly faded from view without any clear movement or direction. Strange being.
That might be the most realistic one yet, bro.
A man trekking in the mountains captured an unusual sight while filming the landscape. Far up on the rocky slope, a dark, human-like figure could be seen standing still in the open. It slowly moved its hands in a strange way, as if it was trying to perform some kind of action. The face was not clear from the distance, making it even harder to identify what it was. The figure did not walk or react to anything around it, and stayed in that position for several moments. After the clip spread, many viewers began describing it as an alien. Dawn Forest Watcher.
Oh, hell no.
A solo hunter was deep inside a forest at dawn when he noticed something standing still.
Bro. Why all of them pretty much built the same? Motherfucker, biggest shoulder I ever seen, bro. Like, they can fly with them bitches, bro.
Between the trees. At first, he thought it was just a trick of light until it moved. The
Neck.
figure was
Fucking-
tall,
Fucking neck muscles about wide as a motherfucker. Damn. Yeah, neck muscles about wide as a motherfucker.
unnaturally thin and pale, standing near the tree line. It blended strangely with the trees, almost matching the shapes of the trunks. He recorded it briefly before stepping back and leaving the spot slowly. No one knows what happened next. Forest Night Entity. A forest security camera recorded something unusual during the night when a strange figure appeared between the trees. It stayed hidden behind the trees, lying low on the ground, before suddenly turning its head toward the camera. Reviewers later noticed it was not human, and people online started comparing it to a cryptid or alien-like presence. The clip circulated widely as viewers studied the shape and movement, trying to decide what was actually standing there in the dark area below. Crouching Trail Figure. A trail camera captured something strange in a dark forest at night. A humanoid figure crouched low on the ground. Its head and face looked unsettling as it slowly shifted, scanning the area with careful, deliberate motion. It stayed close to the ground, pausing often as if listening to its surroundings. The footage later spread online, where people kept replaying the clip, focusing on its shape, posture, and the way it stayed so still in the dark. Tree Shadow Walker. On his way back through the forest, a camper recorded something unusual, moving between the trees in the dark. A tall, humanoid shape appeared briefly as it walked behind the trunks. When he pointed his torch toward it, the outline became more visible for a moment before fading back into the darkness. It kept a steady pace without stopping, staying close to the tree line as the camera followed its movement through the quiet forest path. UFO Mountain Encounter. This man from Reutlingen, Germany, captured a scene that looked straight out of a movie. High on the mountain,
Germany.
a huge saucer-shaped object was on the ground with a metallic shine unlike any normal aircraft. It remained still
Hey, that's a beautiful ass UFO though, I ain't gonna lie.
while he kept filming the area. Not only that, an alien suddenly came out from it and seemed to check the surroundings. Within a few seconds, it headed back toward the craft and vanished from sight. Just minutes later, the object lifted off the ground and shot into the sky at insane speed. Once this clip hit the internet, people could not stop talking about the figure, the craft, and how unreal that takeoff looked. Forest
It
Head
do look
Peak.
unreal. For sure, it look unreal.
A hiker was heading toward the top of a mountain when he captured something that quickly spread across the internet. Hidden behind the bushes was a strange, dark figure with pale skin and a long, unusual head shape. It quietly looked around the area, moving with slow and careful motions, as if staying alert. After a short time, the figure slipped back into the bushes. When the hiker later checked the same spot, nothing was there, and that missing trace became the detail people talked about most. Daytime
Hey, that was a little knucklehead ass alien right there.
Green Walker. This camper was recording the scenery in daylight when something unexpected showed up in front of his tent. A green
Let's see.
humanoid figure was seen walking slowly across the area. At one point, it seemed to lock eyes with him for a brief moment, as if noticing it was being filmed. Its green tone blended with the surrounding trees and plants, but its shape was still clearly visible in the footage. The clip ended shortly after that, but once it was uploaded online, it quickly spread and people began calling it an alien sighting. Park Silent Watcher. A security camera in
I don't
a
know
park
if I wanna
captured
call it
something
that.
no one expected. Near the trees, an alien appeared in the frame and stood completely still, as if it was just observing the surroundings. It didn't make any sudden movements or react to anything around it, just holding its position in front of a tree. The footage was grainy, but the shape was still visible enough to stand out from anything normal. The clip ended soon after, but viewers kept replaying it, focusing on the strange figure that seemed to be quietly standing there in the empty park. Backyard tree stalker. A man heard a strange noise coming from his backyard late at night, so he decided to go and check it out. As he moved closer, he noticed movement behind one of the trees and slowly walked toward it. When he looked carefully, a strange figure briefly peeked out from the middle of the tree trunk before quickly hiding again. He stood there for a moment, but the area went completely still afterward. When he checked the spot again, there was nothing left to see. Later, while reviewing the footage, he claimed what he saw was not human and believed it looked like an alien hiding behind the tree.
It do though.
Wrapped construction spirit. A group of friends recorded something unusual at a construction site in the middle of the fields. Near the unfinished structure, a strange figure was seen standing still, with a white cloth tightly wrapped around its head. It kept moving its head in a slow, unsettling way while staying close to the same spot, almost like it was scanning the area. The way it appeared reminded viewers of the famous Indonesian folklore figure Pocong, described as a wrapped spirit bound in burial cloth. The figure in the clip had a similar wrapped appearance, which is why the comparison spread quickly online. The recording later circulated widely, and people kept focusing on its strange posture and unnatural movements. Gray forest entity.
That's weird. Either that or somebody getting held hostage.
This gray-colored humanoid figure was seen standing between the trees in a dark forest, facing straight toward the camera when the torchlight suddenly hit it. It stayed still for a moment, almost like it was observing the person filming from a distance. Then, without any visible reaction, it calmly turned away and walked back deeper into the trees. Its movements looked steady and controlled, as if it wasn't concerned about being recorded at all.
Yeah, cause it kept, bro. They weren't kept, bro. They hate on no head ass alien, bro. Come on. You gotta do a better job.
After the clip spread online, many people compared its appearance to the classic gray alien description, often discussed in UFO sightings. Hidden background figure. A group of kids was standing together during their school trip while their teacher took a picture of them. In the background, something unusual appeared between the trees. A pale humanoid figure was seen standing still, slightly hidden by the branches. It slowly moved its head from side to side, as if it was observing the area and the group in front of it. At the time, no one noticed anything strange happening behind them. Later, when the footage was reviewed, the figure became clearly visible in the background of the shot, standing just a short distance away among the trees while the photo was being taken. Abandoned room entity.
Fala, filho da puta! Calma aí, mano. Porra, vai machucar o bicho, cara.
These men were exploring an abandoned house when they opened one of the rooms and captured something unexpected. Inside, an alien was seen sitting on a chair,
Fala, filho da puta! Calma aí, mano. Porra, vai machucar o bicho, cara.
staying unusually still, as if it had been placed there by someone earlier. It made low, unclear noises that sounded like it was trying to communicate or respond to the men in the room.
They too
The group
close to
stayed at
it,
a
bro.
distance while
That's
recording
cap.
the moment, unsure of what they were seeing. The sounds were not clear enough to understand any meaning. After the clip surfaced online, it was quickly taken down, leaving no confirmation about what the figure was or what happened to it afterward. Tree Peak Creature. This hiker captured a strange sight while moving through a wooded area. Behind a tree trunk, a small pale creature was seen peeking out from the side, carefully watching him from a distance. It stayed visible for a brief moment, then quickly hid behind the trunk again. The figure looked unusually small, with a shape that did not resemble anything clearly familiar. The hiker claimed it looked like something from another world after reviewing the footage later. Once the clip spread online, people kept replaying the moment, focusing on how it watched him before slipping back out of sight. Flying saucer landing.
I love flying saucers, bro.
A group of friends in China were enjoying a road trip when something strange appeared flying low beside their car. It looked like a saucer and stayed near them for a few moments before moving ahead and landing on an open area nearby.
什么东西啊？
Shocked and curious, they stopped the car, hid at a distance, and started filming. After a brief pause, an opening appeared underneath the object. A dark alien slowly came out and began looking around the area. Its body looked very thin and unusual, nothing normal. That was enough for the group to panic and run back to their car as fast as they could.
好看咱们了，好看咱们了。
Camping trip alien.
Hey, I can't tell if that shit AI or not, bro. That shit might be real, bro. But would it have made it to the internet though?
One late camping trip turned strange faster than anyone expected. A group of friends suddenly noticed a mysterious humanoid figure nearby, with an odd-shaped head scanning everything with curiosity, almost like it had arrived from somewhere beyond Earth itself. It looked like the being was trying to speak to one man using hand gestures, but nobody understood the message at all. With tiny hops and quick movements, the small creature seemed determined to frighten them badly. Once the footage was uploaded, it spread everywhere
That's
online.
cool, though.
Viewers created wild theories, claiming it was a failed lab experiment, or something far more terrifying entirely. Campfire cryptid attack. A group of campers were sitting beside their fire when they noticed a strange creature slowly getting closer through the darkness. As it approached, it suddenly moved behind a nearby tree and stayed partly hidden from view. Startled by what they were seeing, one man grabbed a burning stick and tossed it toward the figure to scare it and reveal more of its shape. Its thin frame and unusual movement led some people to compare it to stories of the Dover Demon or the Rake. What do you think it could be? Bush's glowing eyes.
What is a Dover Demon?
While hiking through the mountains, a man became lost and started searching for a way back. As he moved through the area, he suddenly noticed something inside a cluster of bushes nearby. A dark humanoid figure was standing there with two small glowing eyes fixed directly on him. It did not step forward or make any sudden movement. The man paused only briefly before deciding to leave the area as quickly as he could. Even after getting away, he kept thinking about the figure hidden among those bushes. Bishopville spiked entity. Who had expected to catch an alien on their fishing trip? One of the men recorded the moment while they were out near the water, saying he had lived in Bishopville his entire life and had never seen anything like it. In the darkness, a tall creature was spotted standing upright near the area, its body covered in what looked like spikes. The unusual shape and texture made it hard to identify as anything familiar. The brief sighting ended quickly, but the image of that spiked figure standing in the dark stayed with them long after they left the spot. Bush, crouching horror. At first, it looked like someone might be hiding in the bushes. This man was walking near a group of trees when he noticed an alien crouched deep inside the brush. It stayed completely still and silent, which made him think it could be a person needing help. He slowly moved closer to check, but the moment he got near, everything changed. It suddenly turned toward him, revealing glowing eyes and a disturbing face that didn't look human at all. The man immediately backed away and ran from the area. And now, let's move on to the subscribers pick. A lady was out walking her dog last week when she noticed something unusual along their path. While taking a photo during the walk, she ended up capturing a small, humanoid-looking figure moving across the trail ahead of them. Her dog also seemed focused on the same spot at the time. The figure looked small in size and moved quickly before disappearing out of view. The moment was short, but it stood out clearly in the picture she took during the walk. With that, see you next time.
Man, I gotta see the video to that. But anyway, that's all for this video. If you did enjoy the video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, hey, until next time, Third Eye Prince, we out.